Good morning, ASD. I wanted to share a quick video of a free tool that I think a lot of you would like to use in your class. Some of you who have used Promethean boards in the past might have seen this name, Classflow. Classflow is Promethean's kind of new online version of their old software, but it's actually way more than previous Promethean software. So I wanted to just do a really quick tutorial for you guys. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to go to classflow.com, and then you can just go ahead and hit create account if you've never created an account before, or log in. And it'll authenticate with your Google. And once that happens, it'll bring you to this main screen. So I'm going to talk about these easy to use tools in a second, but one of the things you're going to want to do is create a class structure if you use Classflow. So but simply clicking on classes, and you can create classes very easily by clicking on new. And a new feature is if you have a Google Classroom already, it'll import those students as well as your class name, whatever you have in Google Classroom. So you can either create a class structure or you could import right from Google. Another feature I want to talk to you about is the resources. So those of you who have Smartboard or Promethean boards already, or have created Smart Notebook or the Active Inspire lessons, under the Resources tab, if you press New and go down to File Upload, you will be able to search for existing flip charts, notebook, Adobe PowerPoint, whatever. You can do that. Just understand that it's really good, obviously, at converting Active Inspire flip charts. The Smart Notebook, it will upload and convert everything you have, except you're going to lose some of those Flash animations just because Flash animation is not supported anymore. So that's really not a Classflow issue. That's a Smart issue, that their old files just aren't going to be supported much longer going forward. So this will, for the most part, convert all of your old existing files. Now, going back to the home page, so some tools that are quick and easy. For those of you who have an interactive board, if you wanted just an instant whiteboard, you can just click on this, and what it'll do is sorry, my old screen when I was playing around with this. Is here what this will do is it'll just bring up a blank whiteboard, and you have just very normal tools. So you have text tools, shape tools, pen tools, everything you would ever need. But what makes Classflow a little different is that you now have this ability to connect your students. So this code never changes for the class. So if a student is connected to this class, I'm just connecting my phone right now as we speak, they can actively participate. Meaning you can share this presentation with them, you can do polls, you can you can do free write, you can do a word seed. So for example, if I wanted to do a quick, have them tell me, like, today's Halloween, so have them give me a word that that makes Halloween meaningful to them. They might, make sure I spell my word right here. They can submit that word. If you want to see who submitted it, you can just click show names. Okay, they might do things, so again, this is kind of just a free response tool. You also can do text entry. You can do multiple choice, a scale, enter a number, true, false, yes, no's. And again, you can toggle back and forth if you want down here below. So this gives you a lot of options to have kind of audience participation or class participation. The other thing that's kind of neat is, let's say you do have this full of content. At the end of the lesson, you could just share the entire screen to all students or just individual students so that they could get that content too. Just go back here. If you didn't want to launch the whiteboard, you could just do everything I just said through this screen right here. So even if you don't have an interactive board, you still could just have your students connect. If you connected your Google Classroom, when they connect, their name will already be there. They'll just click on it, and you can instantly poll your kids. This is just a really super quick and easy way to do a nice exit poll. How they understood the content today. Thumbs up, thumbs down, yes, no, or maybe a scale 1 to 4 scale where they felt, how did they participate today on a 1 to 4 scale, things like that. So pretty quick and easy. If you're looking at kind of the old school Smart Notebook, Active Inspire flip chart, you do have the ability to create a lesson, and it looks very similar to everything you know, like any other standard whiteboard app. Now, if you want to just use this in this screen, you absolutely can. If you want to see what it would look like when you do share it with students, you can go to that preview screen. And then you do have the ability to deliver, which means that'll bring it to this section where you then can open it to a class and connect a class. And then the other thing, the last two things that you can do is you have the activities. And this is kind of for like my smartboard users in the past. These are where you're going to find some of these drag and drop opportunities. And to give you an example of what some of these activities could be is you could come up with categorizing, crosswords, I mean, a whole bunch, and obviously you guys can read these. For example, you could have a timeline where you just enter the item, you know, the label and the year, and then you would have multiple items. The students would then have to put that timeline in correct order. And again, you could, once you've created this, you could preview it, but then you can deliver it either to an entire class or to specific students in that class. But it gives you the ability to create kind of interactive animated activities. And these activities, once they're created, you also can add them to a lesson or even to a whiteboard if needed to. And then last but not least, they do have a separate quiz, which is going to launch a video, which get rid of here quick. But you do have the ability to create quizzes in Classflow as well. Very similar. It's essentially the exact same tools that we shared earlier. However, it's in a basically in like a Google form quiz type format. It's not going to be in that whiteboard format. And yeah, and it keeps it all within that class structure. So on your end, in your classes, you would be able to see basically the flow of your classes, as well as you know, any recent assessments given in your feed. So again, this is a free tool. It's kind of the newest version of Smart and Active Inspire. It's online, so that's the other nice thing, is that you're not tied to whatever's saved on your desktop or in your server folder or whatnot. You can access this anywhere, and it works. It's a great tool whether you have an interactive board or not. And so I would love for people to try it out. If you need any help, please let me know. Myself or Jen Layden would love to help you, as well as any of our LMSs, depending what building you're in. So again, Classflow, it's classflow.com. You can create a username with your Google account and start using some of these tools, whether you're using the whiteboard or maybe a quick formative assessment tool, or going all in and creating the lessons and activities. It's a nice tool to have in your toolbox. So have a great day.